Hey guys, so I know it's been a minute and I wanted to upload to just show off some stuff because TikTok is basically shutting down, so I'm moving fully onto YouTube basically. So I'll try and upload at least once a week, maybe twice a week if I can, because I got a new webcam and I got a microphone so I can actually record stuff. I'm using OBS right now and it's looking great. But I wanted to show off my watch case that I use with my Galaxy Watch every day, which is an Omnitrix. This is actually my own custom design that I got commissioned by AkCreations. I will leave a link to their shop on Cults 3D in the link below because I'm showing off a few other watch cases they have designed. All Ben 10, of course. Here we have the Race Against Time Omnitrix. They are actually updating this to add buttons. I made my own buttons a while ago, just because I need to be able to use the watch. Because like this one, I made sure to model it, like ask for buttons that actually work with the model. So like these are here, these are functional buttons right here. These two are just for show. But yeah, and then of course there's a little hole for the speaker, because the speaker is basically just blocked otherwise. Like I did the same thing over here. There's a hole that I modeled through the whole piece that gets the, I modified the model a little bit, but and then I put a hole right here for the microphone so it can actually hear me perfectly easy. And then, so for the Race Against Time, there's this dial. Now, if you're wondering why it's this color, it's because it was originally printed in pink. No, purple, sorry, my bad. But if you look, there are teeth on the dial that fit onto the bezel of the Galaxy Watch. If you look, there is a bezel right there that moves and controls the screen direction. So we pop this on. Turn it just like so. Now, if you notice, it's a bit, the watch base is a bit bigger than the dial, so it's not the best with this one because it's not really mix and match. But that one fits perfectly and looks well because that's how I wanted it designed. Next, we have the Alien Force watch. Now, this one you don't really need buttons because the opening for the buttons is there. But while the dial is on, you can't really get it without popping the dial off every once in a while because of how, like, if you got tiny fingers, you're fine, but like, I got big old fingers. But yeah, now for this one, you could swap it with here because it covers the same size. So it won't look weird. But then there's, of course, the Ben 10,000 Omnitrix. This one I also got commissioned, but because it's so common, he made it available for everyone else, whereas this one is custom for me and no one else has the model. And then this one for the buttons, I just used filament tubing because it was the right size, it doesn't break, it doesn't crack, it's all good. And then the dial for that one is here. And, like, bro. And it does, in fact, fit on, so I just have to pop it on in the correct fashion. Yeah, it works. But it's like, look at that. You can't wear that with this. It's stupid. Ugh. And then one I made on my own with a little model reworking was an Ultimatrix on my custom one. Now, it's not perfect, of course, and it was just used with filament I had left over. But the coolest part about this was I added a Bluetooth speaker into the watch. So it's one of those bitty boomers, which you can get at Target for like 20 bucks. I tore it apart, resoldered the wires that were broken, put them in, and then I made a little button. So the original button was on the bottom, of course, with a little thing, but you couldn't use that on here. So I made a pen cap, and I just used some plastic that I put to it. And if you hold, well, you gotta line it up sometimes. Just make sure it works right. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then it will turn blue, turn on, and it does charge Type-C, and it will connect automatically to the watch. So normally the watch is in here, does that, and basically works like a Pip-Boy, because you can listen to your music on your watch as well. I also side-loaded my movie app onto there using Bug Jagger, which is basically it takes the IP address of your phone and then links it to your watch, so you can you can install apps from your phone onto the watch that you can't get on the Watch Play Store. So I have MovieBox. If you know what MovieBox is, you should. But it's there, and I can watch literally all my movie apps. Like it's got Dragon Prince, Family Guy, all those. And I was able to sideload that on there, but other stuff like Crunchyroll doesn't work, the YouTube app doesn't work. There is an Internet Explorer that you can use YouTube with, but it's not the best. But again, speaker just makes it easier, especially because music. And of course, it still reads your vitals, of course, so it's basically a Pip-Boy at that point. But yeah, and then this one, now, as I've done it, I've made the bands, like the internals, a bit better as it's gone on. So like this is one of the first ones where it's just like elastic. This one where there's a cut wristband in there and then the elastic on both sides. This one, which was cuff here, a band in here to hold your arm in place, and then 4 strips on either side. This one, we got magnets and a band and 2 bands in the back, 2 in the front. And then this one I think came out the cleanest and it looks the nicest. So I used a black band here, and then I used some foam I had laying around to fill in the other sides because my wrist is not the biggest. And then if you're wondering, there's also a hair tie here just because, so I'll show you. So when you put it on, it goes on, no issue. And it stays in place. Now the foam is to keep it from going back and forth, but also because it's the right height, but it's a little wide. So if you look, the arm gets wider as you go. It's just basic biology. So it won't go down further, and it'll stay in the right spot, but it would slide forward. So I put this on here so it stays connected to my wrist without moving too much, while still not being irritating to the skin or hair. Because like if I just used a rubber band, it would break eventually, it just get gross, it gets sweaty. This I can at least like spray with some stuff and just clean it, like some sit-in shampoo and conditioner that you can just spray with. That's what I usually do with all my wearable accessories, because one, if they get sweaty, you should clean them. Like I have special shoe cleaner. I don't just throw them in the washing machine. Like I wipe my shoes down, I clean them. I've had this hoodie for like 2 months and there's not a stain on it. Take care of my things. No. But yeah. I just thought that it'd be good to upload. And yeah. If you guys have any questions or anything you wanted to talk about, you can leave a comment in the comments below. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. If you guys have, again, any questions, just leave them down below. All right. Later, guys.